Hi, this is Jana and welcome to my kitchen. Today we are making one of my husband's favorites, our family favorite actually. We're making wet burritos. And it is such a simple meal. It's great for Sundays because you can do it before you go to church, or you can do it in a crock pot too. So this is something you can have all ready the night before and then just grab the crock pot and out of the refrigerator and put it in the base and off you go to work. So here we go. I'm just finishing this up. I've got some onions, as many as your family likes. Don't put them in if your family doesn't like onions. If you've got young children, they might not like onions. And so I did, I think, 4 small onions. And I've got a, let's see, how big is it? This is a 3.5 pound chuck roast. There we go. And I'm going to spray my pan. And you can spray your crock pot if you want to. I've got my oven preset to 350 degrees on roast, but if you don't have one that does roast, that's okay. And I've got 2 large cans of Rotel, or you can, if your family's not that big on tomatoes, you don't have to put that many in. But these are wet burritos, and so the sauce is kind of a big deal. But you can use any size roast you want, and you can just do the same thing. And then I have 1 can of tomato sauce, because this is going to get real liquidy as those tomatoes cook. I'm going to wipe my hands real quick. Juicy, juicy. There we go. And then I have my onions. This is that time of year where your garden is getting full and ready to use all those vegetables for something. For those of you who love peppers, this is a great opportunity to use those Anaheim, those long yellow peppers. If your family loves jalapenos, you can add a couple of those in here. You can use the, I think this brand comes in hot, it comes in Serrano, whatever you like. So whatever temperature. I'm going to get rid of these. And this is so simple. I just have regular chili powder. And I'm going to use about a 1/2 cup of chili powder. There we go. And this is the day and age where everybody's kind of got gourmet likings. I have like guajillo powder, I have smoked serrano chili powder, I have brown chipotle chili powder, I have ancho chili powder. Whatever you like, you can use as much or as little as you like, okay? And normally if I had any, I should have called my neighbor because I know they always have some for the long yellow peppers. I like to use those in here too. I've got some Mexican oregano, but you don't have to use it. And I'm going to add about a tablespoon or so, a couple teaspoons. Just give it a nice little coat. That is as easy as this is. I'm not kidding. And this has got the traditional roasting pan with the lid on it because you really do want it covered. And this roasting pan, the thing about this is the moisture that comes up, because it's rounded like this, it puts the moisture right back onto your meat. But if you don't have a roasting pan, you can use one of these aluminum ones. I would do it doubled and then use foil and crimp it really tight, because you don't want the juice to escape out of there. And so, oopsie, one more thing. I forgot to show you, is I use black pepper. And so I've got my old trusty coffee grinder. And that's how I do it. And then I've got a little vessel that I keep it in. Because our family loves black pepper. And so now I'm going to sprinkle. About a teaspoon or so of black pepper on there. I want to stick this in the oven, and we'll be back in about 2.5 hours, 3 hours, and we will see you when we get back. Okay, welcome back. And guess what time it is? It's wet burrito time. And so I just pulled the roast out of the oven, the beef, and I'm about to take the lid off of it, so you're going to see it when I see it. Here we go. It's hot. Oh, better get a pot holder. There we go. Hot. Ooh-wee. Set that back there. And you can see it's all cooked together. You can see a lot of tomatoes. But what we do next is that you just take your, look at that. See? All of that beef roast, all of this beef roast just pulls apart. And look at. If you see a piece of fat, because you know it's a chuck roast, it's going to have some fat on it, we'll just pull that over to the side and I can clean that up later. You don't want to mix that into your meat. But you want it in there while it's cooking because that fat is flavor. And we've got our onions, we've got our tomatoes. And look at it, just flakes to, oh, and we'll do the same thing in your crock pot. Just all comes apart. Nice and flaky. Look at. This is that 3.5 pound roast. And it just flakes apart. And that's what you want to do is you want to stick your knife in it and you want to twist it to make sure that it's going to come apart easily. If it doesn't come apart easily, it's either A, undercooked, or B, way overcooked. And so, hey, remember this recipe for football. This would be great to have everybody over because you could just keep it and put it back in the crock pot on warm and it will stay nicely, and that way as people come and go or whatever, they can just make their own burritos. You don't have to make this be a sit-down thing. You can make this be a come-and-go kind of a thing too. Great for potlucks, any sporting event, tailgating. You can have it all done the night before too, or day before, or days before. And then just have to take it to the game. There's a little bit of gristle right there. I want to get that off there so it's easier to have somebody not get that piece. Right there. There. See? Wet burritos. And if you want more juice, guess what? You can add more tomatoes. You can add more tomato juice. You can add V8. You can add whatever you want. I love V8 in mine. I didn't put it in today, but that's okay. All right, so this is as simple as it is. I'm going to switch places here. I'm going to show you how we do this. So you get your plate. And I've got some tortillas. You can do the burrito size for gigantic ones, but you don't need to. You just need the burrito size. You don't have to have the gigantic. And I'm going to put some of this nice spicy mixture, little, more, whatever you like. And then I've got some mozzarella provolone. This is where you're going to make it your own. And there's this. I'm going to put more on top. You can put refried beans in yours. You can do anything you want. So there's the burrito. But what makes it the wet burrito is we're going to come back across the top with more of the meat topping. Like this. And guess what's next is I'm going to add more cheese on top. And more cheese right there. And you can eat it just like this and not do anything different. But I'm going to put it in the microwave for just a second. And I'll be right back and show you what it looks like. Okay, we just pulled this out of the microwave, and I forgot to tell you to make sure you cover your burrito so it doesn't blow up in your microwave, and then you'll hate me because you have to sit there and clean up the microwave. And so there's that. Look at it. So now we're going to finish up our plate. And so you don't have to do any of this. You do it your way. Also, you can cook Mexican rice or whatever your family likes and put it on the inside of the burritos too, or just have it all out and people make their own. We'll do a few of my garden little cherry tomatoes on there. And you come through. And this is the finishing act. Voila, we have wet burritos for dinner tonight. And they are so delicious. And I hope you make these very soon for your family. I'm going to take a bite because I already know what I'm got coming up here. Look at, oh, you know what I forgot? Our family likes refried beans too. And you can put a side of refried beans on there, or not, whatever your family likes. And get a little sour cream. That is delicious. And it literally takes opening 3 cans, slicing 4 onions, and some time in the oven. And you have a delicious meal. I hope you join us again real soon, and let me know how you like these. And please subscribe below. Hit the subscribe button so you get notified of all of my videos, and hit the like button if you like this. Thank you.